Good evening. Sorry about the delay. My laptop froze up on me, so I shut it off to turn it back on, and it decided it was time to update. So it took about 20-25 minutes for it to update. But hopefully, we got things straightened out now. Hello, Pink Sparkle. Hello, Haig. Hello, Boo Cotton. Hello, Penny. Good to have everyone here. This most likely going to be a short live tonight. Had some bad luck today. Brett hooked up an outlet so I could run the air conditioner off from the electric instead of off my generator, which the generator actually wouldn't run it because it's only got 2350 watt surge on it, and that wasn't enough to get the compressor started on the generator. Well, something went wrong because the air conditioner didn't want to work. So I wasn't really sure what was wrong there. And then he told me I could hook up the other stuff out of the generator, just run that off that. There was enough power there now to do that. So I plugged my power strip in, and there was a surge from something. And it took out both of my fans, the heat plate for the chicks, and the light. I know that was happening with Dogman's last night also, I noticed. I hate to stop this in case I have trouble getting it restarted. Is it really bad that you're having trouble understand what I'm saying? Hello, Radio Man. Good to have you here. I'm answering a real important text right now. Sorry about this, but this is regarding the power issue, so I've got to answer this. Okay, sorry about that. Um, okay, well, all the trouble I had, I just hate to stop this and try to restart because I'm afraid it'd cause issues. But I was noticing on Dogman's live last night, the same thing was happening. So I'm not sure. It must be either a StreamYard or YouTube issue. Hello, Bobby. Good to have you here. Yeah, it's been hectic. That's for sure. Hello, Bud Files. Good to have you here. I forgot how far I got telling you about the power problem. But anyways, after Brett told me I could hook into that so I wouldn't have to run my generator, I did that, and there was a surge came through the cord, and it took out the heat plate for my chicks. So I'm going to have to borrow a heat plate to use for them. It took out both of the fans and the light. So I'm not sure what's going on with that. But I've got my battery and I've got my generator that I can run off from. It's just now I'm not going to have any fans, and I'm hoping that it didn't ruin the air conditioner. But we'll have to find out when we get the problem resolved if the air conditioner is still okay. No, it's not raining here now, Boo. It poured for a while. In fact, I wasn't sure if I was going to be able to have the live tonight because due to weak Wi-Fi signal, I have to be outside, and it was pouring. It thundered on and off all afternoon, and then I would say probably like 4:30 or so, the sky opened up and it poured for, I'd say, a good hour and a half. And we got some pretty good thunder and lightning out of it too. We had one clap of thunder that was exceptionally loud, and I wish you never have a camera running when you want to capture something. Well, Daisy was laying on the floor sleeping, and Dino, the black and white kitten, was laying on top of her. Daisy was laying like this, and then Dino was laying like this across her stomach. Well, when we had that loud clap of thunder, it startled Daisy, and she jumped right up into a standing position. And you should have saw Dino, because when she jumped up, it threw him. He rolled a couple times. It was pretty funny, but like I said, you never have a camera running when something like that happens. Well, thank you, Bobby. I appreciate that. Yeah, it was something to see, Pink. Because Dixie is starting to push the kittens away now. They're 9.5 weeks old. Friday, they'll be 10 weeks old. So she's starting to tell them they got to be on their own now. So she keeps kind of pushing them away a little bit. But they still want to lay with a cat. They do still lay with her occasionally. But they're just going to any of the other cats. They all accept them, so it doesn't really matter who they go to. But they'll just cuddle up with one of the other cats, lay on top of them, whatever, and that's how they sleep. Once in a while, they'll sleep with each other, but normally they pick one of the adult cats. As far as the chicks, they seem to be doing good. The one with the leg problems is still having some issues, but it seems to be getting better. It's getting around good, eating, drinking, and the other ones aren't picking on it, which kind of surprises me. But they've accepted that chick, and they're not picking on it, so I think we're going to be okay. Even if the legs don't get to be 100% normal, I think it may be a muscle problem, because it seems like the more the chick moves around, the stronger the legs seem to be getting. So hopefully it's going to be okay. But it seems to be getting along just fine. So I'm not anticipating a problem. Yeah, this, believe it or not, this is I reuse cat names all the time. But believe it or not, this is the first time I've ever had a Dixie. Oh, she was quite old. She must have been 6 months old before I finally came up with a name for her. And I can't remember how I came up with Dixie, but I remember I decided, I gotta get her name, so I'm gonna name her Dixie. Yep, it seems to be moving around quite well. It it seems to spend more time under the heat plate than the other two do. Sorry about that. My camera shuts off if it doesn't get enough light. But I've been told the extra heat may actually help it, so that's why it spends more time under the heat plate. But anytime I open the top to water them or feed them or whatever, that kick comes right out. I didn't even get time to think tonight with everything going on what I want to talk about tonight. I know I usually miss stuff. But I can't even, I didn't even think of stuff tonight to forget. I haven't seen either one of my members in here, but I do want to thank Dogman and Sherman's Family Farm for joining my membership. I appreciate that. And if anyone is interested in looking at what the membership is, just click the join button and that'll tell you what all the perks are of each level. I've got 4 different levels. And also, if anyone shops Amazon, I have a link in the description of my videos. It's not in the live yet. I'll I'll try to add to the live tomorrow if things don't get too hectic tomorrow. But there's a link in the description of all my videos. Well, I shouldn't say all of them, but from this point on, just click on that. And by going in through that way, then anything you purchase from Amazon, I'll get a small commission from. I had one person purchase 4 items, and I got a little over $2 from that. So it's not a lot, but every little bit helps. Hello, Ellie. Good to have you here. Okay, Bobby. That sounds good. I appreciate it. And just the support of watching my videos and watching the ads helps me out too. Because I do get a few cents from every ad that's watched. I'm not sure. I've heard different things about the ads, so I can't say anything for sure. I've heard that if you watch 30 seconds of an ad, it'll count. And I have also heard you have to watch half of the ad. So I'm not sure how that works, but I'm going to try to get confirmation on that so I can let everyone know. But just be on the safe side. I always watch the ad all the way through to make sure that it counts. Hello, Vandal the Land. Good to have you here. And Ellie, thank you for posting that link. Because that's going to come in handy. Because I am going to have to replace those fans and eventually I'm going to have to get a heat plate too. I've got one I'm borrowing now, which I probably can raise these chicks on that one. But then if I have any more out, I'll have to buy a heat plate. I don't like the heat lamps. I don't use heat lamps. I like the heat plates. They're a lot safer. No risk of fire from them, and they're not gonna overheat the chicks or anything like a heat lamp can. And they're a lot cheaper to run. Hello, Judy Jules from Big Italian. Good to have you here. Does anyone have any questions for me? Or anything you want me to comment on? Hello, Food Forest Permaculture. Good to have you here. Yeah, it seemed like there were glitches all over tonight. That's for sure, Vandal. And I see a reminder on there for the thumbs up. That really helps. I appreciate that. Thank you, Haig. I need to I need to get a video done to welcome new members in. I appreciate that, Haig. And for the 3 members I have now, when I do get the video done, I will play it for all of you at some live when you're in. Actually, Judy, I think I'll have the chicks in tomorrow's video. They were going to be in today's video, but then I ended up not getting today's video done when everything started happening. So between the storm and then the power issues. So hopefully tomorrow. Hello, Teresa Martin. Good to have you here. Well, I guess you can say, and I'm not all the way into the homestead yet, but I guess you can actually say 2 years ago, that's when I got my chickens. And I originally was in New York, and last month I moved from New York to Arkansas. When I was in New York, I was on rented property. The landlord actually lived there, and he gets rented me a spot to put my camper in. And then when I moved to Arkansas, I'm here in a camper that belongs to some friends down here. And I've got my chickens here and my cats, but cats really aren't part of the homestead. I'm looking for a piece of property, and as soon as I can get my own property, then I'm going to be expanding a little bit. Hello, Sherman Family Farm. Good to have you here. And I don't know if you were in here a couple minutes ago when I was saying I've got to get a welcome video done for new members. When I get that done, I'm going to be playing it for you. And I see everyone's saying hello to everyone. Yeah, there was a long story to that, Pink Sparkle. What happened was he actually didn't want me to leave. But the guy next door decided that he was going to claim a good portion of my landlord's property. And the town that I was living in, it's technically illegal to live in a camper there. Although they aren't real strict on it, they try to let it slide in most cases. Well, this neighbor took pictures of me going in the camper, of my washer and dryer, of my generator, of my freezer, the whole setup I had there, and turned it all over to the code enforcement officer. So then it just came to a case of I had to get out of there just as fast as I could. And I don't know why all of a sudden he decided to claim that property. And the piece of property that he was claiming, that section of property, is where my camper was. A week before that, he was telling me where the property line was and stuff. He came over and talked for a few minutes. And where he was telling me it was is exactly where it was surveyed 5 years ago. So why all of a sudden this came up, I don't know. But anyways, I'm glad to be out of New York. Oh yeah, there's a lot of them in that area that I was from. So I'm much happier to be down here. I had planned on moving to Arkansas this fall anyways. It's just it was a very sudden move. Hello, Straw Hat, No Shoes. Good to have you here. Okay, Josh. But I do want to get it done as soon as I can. But I just had a lot going on. Okay. Okay, Judy. Do I have your number? Um, okay, I got your number. Yeah, I'll do that. I actually just had to switch my last video actually because the one I was using was telling me that the last, I don't know, probably 8 or 10 video clips I had, it was telling me files were broken. So I did a different editing app and it's fine now. Okay, thank you. Thank you, Josh. I appreciate that. Look, went down a little further than I wanted it to. Yep, the worst thing with having to move so quick is I ended up having to leave some stuff behind that either I really didn't want to leave behind or I wish I could have sold or something before I left. But fresh start now. Yeah, I wasn't happy with him, that's for sure. Yeah, I'm glad to be out of there. Well, I found the best people in Arkansas through YouTube. Well, how it all started, we can actually blame Jeff, Bobblehead Homestead. A couple years ago, I'd say a year and a half, 2 years ago, I was searching something on chickens. And I came up with one of Jeff's videos in the search. So I watched the video and thinking, well, I got the information from the video that I was looking for. And then, well, this guy's kind of interesting. I think I'm going to subscribe to his channel and start watching him. So I started watching Jeff. And then all the other people that he came in contact with and shouted out. Then I started watching them, subscribing to their channels. And I can't remember exactly how I got to know Brett and Deborah. It was either through Jeff's channel or Dogman's channel, I believe. But indirectly through Jeff. Because I would never have met everyone else if it wasn't for starting to watch Jeff. And it just went from there. Yep, Vando, definitely a silver lining. Well, thank you, Josh. Yet God may very well have guided me in this direction. And as some of you know, I had some property in Tennessee that I was buying on a land contract. But then when I got taken out of work, you see, it was a little over 2 years ago, then I couldn't make the payments on it anymore. I still did make a couple payments on it after that, but then just couldn't keep up with the payments. And he ended up taking it back and reselling the property. But I think I'm in a better spot now because I've gotten to know so many people around Arkansas, and I'm not far from Oklahoma, a few hours from Missouri, and I'm not too far from Texas either, but most of the people that I know in Texas are farther down in the state. But there seems to be a lot more people in this area that I know than there would have been if I was in Tennessee. So I think this is a good place for me to be. Thank you, Dog Man. And by saying next week, I'm assuming you're talking about Thursday. Is that correct? Yep, yesterday I was looking some up on chickens, and the Groovy Egg Farm website popped up. Yeah, Brett and Deborah are great, but there are a lot of good people in this area. As soon as I found out that I had to leave where I was in New York immediately, because I'd already talked with Brett and Deborah about it. And they've been trying to get me down here for a few months now. And I planned on, like I said, I planned on moving down here in the fall. But as soon as I found out I had to leave immediately, I sent them a text right then, asked if they had a place for me. And they called back and said, we'll make one. Because they had some stuff stored in the camper that I'm in now. They had to get that cleaned out, and then they made sure that there was power in it for me, and went and bought a fan for me. Jeff sure does have a lot of fans. Oh yeah, Jeff isn't going to recommend a channel if it's not a good channel. Well, you recommend my channel, so maybe I shouldn't say that. But Jeff knows his stuff. He's a very smart man, and I really enjoy him. Yeah, if he gets to know you, Josh, if he makes a connection with you, I'm sure he would recommend you. Okay, Food Forest, thank you for being here. I appreciate it. Check your spelling, dog, man. There's no G in before. I know, I do it all the time. I spend more time hitting backspace and going back and correcting where I hit two keys at once than you could believe. Hello, Wanda Henry. Good to have you here. Well, Bobby, I didn't know anyone face to face here, but I knew a lot of people on YouTube before I moved here. And I've met more people since I've been here. Now, I'm not the least bit sorry that I moved here. I love it here. It's a great area, great people. Yes, they do. Yep, I know you watched the video, Josh. It's nice when someone mentions something like that within the video. And then I know, yep, that person definitely watched. Well, maybe I was just released from the insane asylum. How do you know? I love watermelon. And we were in a store the other day. I won't mention the name of it, but I don't know what their whole watermelons were, but they're cut watermelons, which I probably would have been better off buying a whole watermelon. I didn't get it anyway. It was $1.69 a pound. So I didn't get any watermelon. Thank you, Judy. I appreciate that. I want to make it better. That's my goal. And I think with this new editing app I'm using, I think that's going to help make it better. Because it's got some features on it that the other one didn't have. But it's just a matter of getting used to it. Hello, Masha. Good to have you here. I bet you're not eating the spaghetti I like. I don't like spaghetti sauce on it. Thank you for that reminder, Masha. I appreciate it. If anyone wants Nightbot to drop your link, type in King. Yeah, Judy, I've been getting behind on YouTube stuff lately. But I try to catch Mayhem and Miracles live whenever I can. She doesn't put up any nonsense. She's a very nice woman. She gets a nice conversation going. She's always supporting others' channels. But she makes it clear that there is no nonsense on her channel. Anything gets started, that person's gone. I've been intending to do that forever, Judy, but now I'm getting to know a lot of names, and there's so many names on here that I still don't know. It'd take me forever to get that cheat sheet done now. So I'll probably just keep going like this. Yeah, Bobby, how can anyone not love Arkansas? Everything about the state is great. But it's giving me a hard time. Oh, my chat jumped on me. Now I gotta get back to where I was. The animals are doing good, Masha. I've got 5 big chickens now and 3 chicks that hatched last week. And then I've got the 5 adult cats and 2 kittens. They're all doing good. Okay, dog man. So you're leaving this nightmare and go have a good dream? Have a good night. Just got hit in the face with a June bug. Thank you, Masha. I almost came to your live today. I saw that you were live, and then when I tried clicking on it, I lost service. Forgot what the reason was. Some reason I didn't want to come outside right then. I don't think it would rain then. But inside, I don't have a strong Wi Fi signal. That's why I'm outside right now. Yeah, dog man, the only nonsense on your channel is you and Jeff. Okay, Masha, you have a good night. Might be Dog Man with State Farm. Okay, Wanda, you have a good night. Thank you. I might have to talk to you about some pecans, Josh. Yep, I know we talk about updating. Yeah, I was late getting my live started because my laptop froze up. So I shut it off and turned it back on. When I turned it back on, it decided it wanted to update. And it took about 20 minutes for it to update. Yeah, I actually haven't been able to have the AC on yet because my generator wouldn't run it because it's only 2350 watt surge, but it's 1900 running watts. So I thought one air conditioner that uses a little over 700 watts, no problem. Well, the surge on it isn't enough to kick the compressor in. So today, Brett wired up an outlet for it, and apparently there's some wiring issue with it. So still haven't been able to use it. Hello, Steve. Good to have you here. Yeah, I'm sure once we get the electrical straightened out so I can use the AC, I'm sure the cats are going to like it. Yep, Vandal. I don't know why it's going to be the most inconvenient time that it has to update. Yeah, when Brett gets a chance, he's going to have to take a look and see what's going on there. Bring it on. We'll take a heat index of 109. It's better than a wind chill of 40 below. Yep. Dogman and Jeff are something else when they get together. I still love that live when they were playing the music on there. Dogman got 43 copyright claims on that one live. It's too bad that that live got taken down. That was good. I'll be right back, everyone. I'm back. Well, the thing is, it's very expensive to warm yourself. Yep, blood's barking, that's for sure. Yeah, they had an emergency out back. There was a coyote out there. So they're taking care of it. Actually, I'm not even sure if that's a coyote. I think it's a dog. But no, they got things under control now. If you hear coyotes out back all the time, and those dogs are gone. Yeah, I've used several blankets before. That's for sure. But anyone else have any questions? Or any topics you want me to hit on? Will I miss something here? Okay, good night, Steve. Oh, I did miss some there. Happy birthday, Judy. Well, if no one's got any questions for me or anything else you want me to talk about, I think maybe I'll end this soon. I gotta do a little research. I'm gonna have to see how much it's gonna be to get a fan or two, and I'll have to look up a heat plate and see what I got money enough to get now. I definitely have to get a fan. I know that for sure. Hello, Sherry. Good to have you here. Oh, I'm safe right here. Thanks, Marco. The dogs chased off whatever was out there. Yeah, I know what you mean there about not being able to walk, Boo. I was having a real hard time, and then I had a subscriber gave me a rollator, and that has made so much difference. It's easier for me to walk, and then when I get to the point that I can't go any farther, I can sit. Or if I'm standing there talking to someone, I can sit. It's been a big help. Oh, I like Buster. And he kind of likes me too. I can't pet him all the time, but sometimes I can. He's a good cat. And Fritz is a good cat too. But I've only petted Fritz a couple times. He's not too much wanting to be petted. Well, want to thank everyone for being here. I appreciate it. Like I said, I got I'm gonna at least have to get a fan or two. Okay, Bobby. You have a good night. So I want to start looking up, seeing what I can find and stuff, and getting that stuff figured out. Because this all came unexpected today. So, I think I'm going to have to end it now. Just want to thank everyone again. And I'm going to try to have a video out tomorrow. Hopefully things go a little bit smoother tomorrow. Yes, if I could get to a thrift store, Pink. That's the problem. It's probably it's 30 miles or so into Waldron. And most of the thrift stores are in Mena, and that's another, I don't know, 30, 35 miles. So it's hard to get there. Wish I had a vehicle. I definitely would go there, because I also need to get a chair. Because when I'm inside, I can't be sitting on my bed all the time, because that is killing my back. We've been getting some rain the last few days, so I've been stuck inside more than I'd like to be. And sitting on that bed's been killing my back. So I definitely got to see what I can find for a chair at a thrift store also when I get there. Okay, well, everyone have a good night. I appreciate it.